Hey, welcome back to another edition of Avid Golfer Magazine's Fearless Fantasy Forecast. It's major week. 121st U.S. Open has been played at Torrey since Tiger's epic win back in 2008. Of course, it's been extended even further now. So look for some bombers. Last week we picked Garrett Higo. Alas, the other three players didn't make the cut. So
but you had the winner.
We did have picked the winner. Only 12% picked him. So
good for you.
This week, we picked three teams. I have four guys on two teams. I didn't pick anybody for all three.
I only have one guy on all three teams.
Well, let's hear it.
I have Johnny Vegas.
He's cheap.
$6,800.
I looked at him.
You know, he's got two top 10s in his last three events.
Mm-hmm.
And
big hitter.
He hits it a long way. He hits it straight. He got a second last week at the Congress, kind of backdoored it a little bit, but still playing well enough to.
Who didn't backdoor last week?
I know. At $6,800, does that guy not make the cut? I feel pretty good about it. I mean, with two top fives in the last.
For $6,800, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So he's on all three, and that's it.
Yeah.
I am diverse, baby. Diverse.
I have four on two teams. I have Xander Schofley. 5th, 6th, 3rd, 5th in his last four U.S. Opens, and he had a second in February at the Farmers. Normally doesn't play that course very well.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I didn't take him because I didn't like the way he's played the last two majors. So, but, you know, he's from there, and I don't want to, pee on your pudding.
Go ahead. But, urinate all over me. I took Patrick Reed. He plays tough courses well. He's got a 13th, 6th, and a 1st at Torrey, and he's a pretty good major player. So took him. Took Louis Oosthuizen. 4 out of 7 majors, got top 10s. Second at the PGA, 4 top 10s in the U.S. Opens. He's playing really well. Doesn't play a lot, but when he does, seems to do well. And my value pick, I took Ryan Palmer. He was tied for second in 2018, 2021 at the Farmers. He's got the 7th best scoring average at Torrey. Now, that counts the North Course, too. Maybe a little skewed, but for $7,100, I like him, and he hits the ball pretty good.
Okay, so now I have two guys on two teams.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Sugar Shane Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's coming off a win at Colonial. Wrong guy.
Take two.
Yes. I've got Shane Lowry. I'm reading the wrong guy. The lights kind of messed me up there. So, since his 21st at the Masters.
Yep.
He came in 65th at the Wells, but then he has a 4th at the PGA and a 6th at Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
2 hard golf courses.
Yep.
He's playing well. So I've got him on 2 teams.
Okay.
And the other guy I've got, and I'm going to say I might be the only guy who's lauding him. Because, look, what do you want for Torrey? You want to hit it long, you want to hit it straight, right?
I'm going to hit it long.
So I took Jordan Spieth. And, look, he won't be well represented. I guarantee you there's not a lot of people going to take him this week. But I still think he's the hottest golfer on the planet. And when he's on, he willed his way around golf courses. And I still think he'll will it.
Second highest value, and I did not take him.
Yep. So I took him on 2 teams.
All right.
By the way, and I'm going to go with one of the teams I took.
Sure.
Because I went all local all the time. I figured I need to have Scotty, Will Zalatoris, and Jordan on the same team. Mm-hmm. Those guys have been major killers this year. Think about Will Zalatoris. He's got an 8th and a 2nd at the Masters and the PGA.
Yep.
Scotty, his last 3 events, he got an 8th at the PGA, he missed a cut, and he got a 3rd at Memorial. Guess which week I took him?
Yeah, I know. Scotty Scheffler is leading in scoring in the majors this year.
So how do you not take him too?
I didn't.
So I got Spieth, Scotty, and Will on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got Shane Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
I got Johnny Vegas. Then I took Jason Kokrak, who was also a bargain at $7,600. He's coming off the win at Colonial. He's got 2 wins this year. Mm-hmm. You know what? I like that win he had to Zozo because it was a really strong strength of field. I think he's at least primed to make the cut and do pretty well. So.
All right, took Will Zalatoris on one team. Top 10s in 3 previous majors, 6th last year at Winged Foot, 7th at the Farmers. Only 5 guys have a better strokes gained approach since Winged Foot. Only 5.
Okay.
I took Tony Finau. Never missed a cut at Torrey. Took Kevin Streelman. plays tough course well. His last 3 events, 13th, 20th, and 8th at PGA. He was cheap. So I also have Reed, Palmer, and Xander on that team.
Okay.
On my next team, along with Oosthuizen and Palmer, I took John Rahm. I have to take him on at least one team. 4 top 10s and a first at Torrey. Webb Simpson is a U.S. Open stud. 10, 16, and 8th in the last 3 U.S. Opens. 9 of 10 U.S. Open cuts. He's got a win there, obviously, in 2012. I took Shane Lowry.
Okay.
4 or 7 top 10s at tough tracks, including Memorial, Kiowa, and TPC Sawgrass. And I went with the house money to Garrett Higgo.
I got him on one team.
Because he's got a hot streak. You know,
look,
forget the PGA over in the Euro Tour and all that. 1-8-1.
He's got, they'll put it in a different perspective. He's got 3 wins in his last 5 events.
Yeah.
I don't care what tour you're playing on. If you've got 3 wins in your last 5 events, you're playing some good golf.
Yeah, he's only 7,200.
Yeah.
I thought he was low. Okay.
All right, so I'll go with my last 2. All right, so on my team, I had Lowry and Johnny Vegas. But I had to take one team with Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka. I just did. Bryson DeChambeau, look, I'm not a big fan of his. He hasn't been playing that well, but he leads the tour in driving distance and strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained tee to green.
Yeah.
Kind of what you need on something like this, so I'm figuring he'll figure it out. And I took Brooks Koepka because I told you this stat earlier. He's got 2 wins and a second his last 3 U.S. Opens. The only person who's ever done that before is Bobby Jones. So I had to have those 2 on a team. I think it'd be really, really fun. It'd be great if they were in the last pairing on the last day together.
Yeah, they're not playing together.
Nope.
Because Bryson said he didn't want to.
Yep.
When was the last time
the tour asked?
No, yeah, that. When's the last time a player was get to choose?
That's what I said. They get to ask.
Yeah. BS.
So my last 2 guys on there, one guy that you already have and one guy I'm surprised you don't. I have Louis Oosthuizen. He hasn't played much, but when he does, he plays well right now. And then I got Ian Poulter. I'm on your train.
Almost took him.
I'm on the Ian Poulter train. I don't know why. I don't like taking him. I've never taken him. He just doesn't have that all-around game that I love. But like you said, it's a Ryder Cup year, and
I looked
he's
at him.
going to play.
I looked at him.
My final team. On that team, I've got Spieth. I've got Johnny Vegas. I've got DJ. Just like you took John Rahm. To me, he's still the best player in the world.
Boy, did you see him throw up in the last round?
Yeah, but again, when you're Dustin Johnson, are you playing to win the Congaree or you're playing to warm up for the majors? And to me, just like Brooks Koepka said after he's like, yeah, I was already thinking about the U.S. Open. And this thing,
he was tied for the lead.
I'm just saying, I'm
he was
okay.
tied for the lead and he tripled.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Let him get ready for the U.S. Open.
Glad you took him.
I got Higgo. I thought this guy's a bargain. And I'm surprised I only have him on one team. I took Charlie Hoffman. So get this. In his last 10 events, including 2 majors, he's got 7. In the last 10, he's got 7 top 20s.
Not bad.
He's not on the top 5 leaderboard,
what did he
but
cost?
he's in the top $7,200.
Okay.
And then I took Carlos Ortiz. At
you
that point,
love that guy.
I needed to fill a spot. He had a little bit of lull. He's been playing okay. He's got a bunch of top 20s. He's made his last 5 cuts, and he kind of fit here. So,
all right. 13. Along with Xander, Reed, and Louis, I took Kokrak. 9 for 9 in cuts, 4 top 10s, win a Colonial. Hits the ball long, and he might be one of the best putters on tour, maybe top 10. Took Colin Morikawa. 13 of 13 cuts, lost in a playoff at Memorial. Strokes gain approach is off the charts, and you got to take guys that are good from 200 in at Torrey. Also took, this is my value play, only because he's been playing actually pretty well, Brendan Steele.
okay.
He's a good ball striker. If he can putt, he might do something. But I did not take Kepka, DJ, Bryson, JT, did not take Scotty Scheffler, did not take Spieth, and did not take Patrick Cantley.
Okay. My Stone Cold lock this week is going to be a different.
So what was it last week?
I just was playing with you, but he made the cut.
That was, you were wanting him to win, wasn't that
I was.
the Stone Cold?
I did, but I didn't.
Edit this out, Jason. The Stone Cold lock
No,
is
my
a kiss
Stone Cold
of
lock
death.
last week was going to be Dustin Johnson, so it wouldn't have been turned out okay anyway because he blew it at the end. But when you
Quit backtracking.
when you teased me,
Stay with it.
I went with Tommy Fleetwood on an impulse.
Yeah.
But here's my Stone Cold lock, and write this down.
I'm not writing anything down. Not your Stone Cold locks.
Write this down.
Okay.
There are 3 local studs in Jordan Spieth, Scotty Scheffler, and Will Zalatoris. Give me 2 of those in the top 5 this week. 2 of those guys will finish top 5 this week. At least 2.
All right.
I'm not saying all 3 won't.
We
But
just
2
did.
of them.
Why don't you take all 3 then?
Why do you egg me on like this? Be
Because-
nice.
because
You're my
you-
partner.
because
Put
you're
your
the
arm
one-
around me and say,
No.
well done, buddy.
Nope. I have to be honest with the viewers. Your Stone Cold locks have been very iffy this year. Just telling you.
I have 2 wins this year. Yes, I do.
I want to go back on
Go
those.
back. Go back to who won the match play. I picked the winner there, pal. Yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Anyway, bet wisely, bet accordingly, have fun, and next week we might just be. I'm going to say we're going to be in 4 figures. I like
4 figures.
I like some of our teams. I
Woohoo.
do. Now, if we put them all
$5
together,
bets.
yeah, I mean, you never know.
Woohoo.
So check it out. It's U.S. Open this week. It'll be on ad nauseum from Thursday to Sunday, so you get more than enough golf. Don't forget to subscribe to our Avid Golfer YouTube page. And until then, have fun.
Local.